Good afternoon, good morning from everywhere you're joining us from. So, we are here this afternoon. Just simply type your name. For instance, Zion from Abuja, Zion from Mozambique, from Australia, from Bayelsa. Thank you for joining this afternoon. Thank you. Thank you. You can simply, share this video or tag your friends who need to see this. Tag them in the comment section so that they can join us. So thank you for coming. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So without wasting much of our time, we'll just dive into the reason why we are here today, which is to know the strategies of setting goals for 2023 and smashing them. It's not enough to just think about goals, dream big, and then write down the visions, write down the goals, and then when we are asked at at the quarter, at the first quarter of the year, or anytime we are asked, we can't really account for what has happened. So because of that, we are having this webinar so that we can know how to smash our goals, not just to set goals. Yes, so review those goals. It seems we have not set any goal. So like I said, my name is Oluwafe Ikemi Zion Olujere, and I'll be speaking to you this afternoon, doing justice to this topic. So who is your speaker today? I'm a corporate commercial lawyer practicing in Nigeria. I'm the founder of the Influential Women in Law organization. I'm the initiator of Be Legally Minded, which is an initiative where startup founders and business enthusiasts are being, trained, are being advised on the legal nuances of businesses and companies. I'm the lead consultant of Palm City Attorneys, and I work with a state government in Nigeria. I'm a teens mentor and coach. I'm a wife, mother, and a son of God. So without much further ado, what is a goal? What is a goal? So if we look at this picture right here, or the picture we used for our webinar, you'll see a lady who had just an athlete who had just won a competition, and with all the smiles on her face. So we can see of this lady that she has reached her goal. She has reached her goal. So a goal is your vision, where you want to get to, where you hope to get to, your dream, that aspiration, that thing you wish to become. That is your goal. So in a goal, there is a starting point and there is a destination, the finish line, just as we see in this picture. there's a finish line. So if a footballer decides to, kick the ball to the corner or to over the goalpost, we would say that he misses the goal. He misses a goal. So in goal scoring, there is a destination, there is a target, there is a destination, there is a finish line, there's a starting point. So you have to ask yourself, where am I now? Where do I hope to get to? And how do I get there? So I know you must have, now we are going to the act of goal setting. I know you must have heard of SMART goals before, so I'll not spend so much time on this. So for your goals, for you to say you have goals, your goals must pass the SMART test, which is, it has to be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. By being specific, you must know what you want. For instance, your goal could be to buy a car in Mercedes-Benz car. So by being specific, it could mean the brand, the brand of the car, the year it was produced, and then, going down to the specifics. Then measurable could be like, I want to buy a car in the next 6 months. In the next 6 months, and it has to be achievable. Do you have what it takes to get that car within that time frame? That's to be realistic. You have to be, you have to be true to yourself. You have to be true to yourself. Then there is a time bound, 6 months. 6 months. So by measurable, it means you can measure your progress. Maybe for the first month, maybe the total amount that it will cost you is, in naira, it's maybe like 15 million naira. And you have to measure your progress. Is it that you are going to is it that you are going to start saving money for every month for 6 months? How much do I save to achieve 15 million to get that car? So like I said, I won't waste so much time on that, because a lot of people are already aware of what SMART goals are. So quickly we'll go to killer habits that would hinder you from scoring your goals. Killer habits that would hinder you from scoring your goals: inconsistency. For instance, you have said that you would maybe one of your goals is to lose some weight, maybe lose like 20 kg in 6 months. So maybe your goal is losing 20 kg in 6 months. I think that is too small, right? But it's a valid goal. It's a valid goal. It is a valid goal. So you have to be consistent. If you have said, okay, every morning I want to work out, maybe like 30 minutes every morning, or maybe like 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes in the evening, you have to be consistent. If you're not consistent, that is an habit that could kill your goals. Then lack of focus. That footballer who is playing on the field has to be focused on the goalpost. Has to be focused on the goalpost, because if he's not focused, he can kick the ball over the bar or into the hands of the keeper or another player. So you have to put your eyes on you must focus on your goals. Other people will be running their race in 2023. Run your own race, because lack of focus can kill that goal. Then failure to consider or admit the consequences of not reaching your goal. For instance, what is the essence of reaching this goal? what do I stand to gain? What do I stand to lose? Let's assume that my goal is to eat healthy, lose 20 pounds or lose 50 pounds from my weight. No, not from my weight. I'm not fat, so I'm not trying to lose weight. But assuming that is my goal. So what is the consequence of not reaching that goal? It could be that I would not be able to wear that dress that I bought, for that ball party, or for my wedding, or my wedding dress that I already bought. Or it could be, and I'll be wasting a lot of money. Or it could be that I would not feel healthy. I will not be healthy in my body. So that, when you consider the consequences of not reaching your goal, when you consider the consequences of not reaching your goal, for instance, let me talk about a very big goal. Maybe your goal is to get a new job in 2023. What's the consequence of not working on that goal? It could mean that you will not have additional source of income. It could mean that you will not, where your mates are talking, you'll be hiding. It could mean that. It could be that, your finances, of course, would go down, would not increase. So if you look at what you would lose, the consequences of not reaching your goal, then we'll be able to sit up and work on our goals. So that's a killer habit, when you don't consider the consequences. You just feel, I have nothing to lose. There must be something that you're aiming at, that if you don't work on it, then there would be, the effect would not be a good one. So also, there is enough time syndrome is a killer habit that will hinder you from scoring your goals in 2023. There's still time. We just started the year, just began the year. There is still time. I can do this some other time. I can always do this. I can always come back to this. That's a killer habit. Procrastination. You have set a goal that I'm going to do this year, and then you begin to procrastinate. You begin to shift it. Okay, I've said I will read 12 books, one book in a month, and then you have decided that every 2 weeks, for 2 weeks you would have read half, and then you say, I still have a whole month, I still have 2 weeks, and then you decide to shift it to some other time. That's a killer habit. Like that, you are not going to achieve your goal. Then fear of failure. There is an adage, a write-up, an article that I saw, a quote rather, that if we wait for things to be perfect, we might be waiting for the rest of our lives. So if you have that fear that, if I try this, will it work? Will it not work? Is it going to work out? Then you will not start anything. You're not going to start anything. So fear of failure. It is good sometimes to fail, because we learn from our failures, and then we go back to we learn our lessons, and then we go back and try again, and we become better persons. So when you are afraid to fail, you will not start anything. Also, another killer habit that will hinder you from scoring your goals in 2023 is lack of commitment. You are not committed to your goal. You just, as days pass by, you just decide to do whatever you want. Well, it's my goal. I'm not answerable to anybody. And then you are not committed to your goal. That way, you are not going to score that goal. Also, wrong association. When you're in the midst of people that think your goal is too big, you just talk about what you want to achieve, and they say, how is that ever going to be possible? And then they began to show you the mountains. They began to show you the mountains, how impossible that goal is. It's good to have friends that can criticize you, that can tell you these are the obstacles you will meet along the way. It's very good to have friends that can criticize you and can tell you this is how you should do it, this one will not work. But where you have people around you that the only thing they're negative about your goals, the only thing they talk about is that it's not going to work out. You explain, okay, they don't have any solution. They just say it's not going to work out. It's not going to work out. So that also is a killer habit that you must desist from if you want to score, if you want to achieve your goals in 2023. Also, the wrong soil. So sometimes ago, a friend of mine talked about being planted in the right soil. When a farmer takes seeds to the farm and plants it on loamy soil, is it loamy? Clay soil. Loamy soil is the good soil. When he plants it on clay soil, is that seed going to germinate? Is it going to, thrive well? I think not. Or if he decides to go and plant it amidst thorns, there will be a problem. So you have to be planted in the right soil. You want to start a business. You want to start a business of maybe selling imported goods. Okay, let's say you are into the business of selling Adidas products. Now you and I know that Adidas products are not cheap. They're not for the low class, except if it's Abamid. Well, sorry about that. Our Igbo brothers are very industrious, but what I mean is that if it's not Adidas, it's not Adidas. So you want to go into selling of that, and then you decide to make your market amidst let's say in a village. Will anybody patronize you? No, you're not going to reach your goal that way. You have to situate your market amidst people that can afford that product. For instance, maybe you decide to use the power of social media to sell amidst the young and the rich. So if you are planted in the wrong soil, you're not going to achieve your goals that way. So quickly, let's go to strategies to smashing your goals in 2023 and beyond. What are the strategies? Okay. Sorry, my slides seem to. Okay. I think I jumped like two. Okay, the first strategy is to meditate. It's this is the beginning of the year. This is January. It's time to sit down and meditate. Meditate on what your goals for the year should be. Maybe in relationship, in career, in increasing your net worth. In your health, in your finances. Well, it could in your health, so it could be in any area, maybe in spirituality or all that. You have to sit down and meditate, and by meditation it could also mean if you believe in God, you have to sit down and seek you know. Just seek his face. What are your plans for me for this year? So in any way that you feel you can meditate, you have to, the first strategy to smashing your goals is through meditation. So let's go to the next point. You have to write down your goals and paste it in a conspicuous place. So it is not enough to just think about something. Okay, I want to get married this year. I want to have another child. I want to build a house. I want to plan a vacation. Yes, to the Bahamas. Or I want to buy a car. I want to get promoted at work. Goals like that. You have to write them down. You have to write them down because human mind is can easily forget. Can easily forget if you don't write it down. You can easily forget. So you have to write it down and then paste it in a conspicuous place where you can see it. Not just you, but people around can see it, and then you can be accountable to them. People that can hold you accountable. That what are you doing about this goal? So don't just write your goals down and then paste it behind your wardrobe. Behind your wardrobe. Nobody is going to see it. Not even you. Or maybe sometimes you just peep and see, okay, my goal is this. Well, nobody is checking, so who cares? Who cares if I don't keep to them? So you have to write it and paste in a place where you can see. So let's go to the next point. So it's also advisable to have a pictorial version of what you have written down. It's good to write them down, but it's better when you have a mental picture, when you paint a mental picture by having a vision board. Now, what's a vision board? Maybe one of these days I would come back and have another webinar on how we can have a vision board, how we can create one for ourselves, whether a virtual one or one that you can just paste on a cardboard at home. There are tools with which you can create a vision board. So have a pictorial version of your goals. So in this vision board, let's see what we have here. This is someone's vision board for 2023, and there is one of the pictures that talks about read, and the lady, well, the owner of the vision board is a lady, I know, with the pictures, writing the list of books to be read in 2023. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 books that she would be reading in 2023. So that's about reading. Then family and friends. There is also a picture about family and friends. That means this year she would have more time there'll be a balance. More time for family and friends. Then she also wrote here that stay close to people who feel like sunshine. I love that. That means she has decided that in 2023 she will stay close to people who produce what do you call positive energy. Yes, not toxic people. That's one of our goals, to always be happy and stay around people that feel like sunshine. Yes. Also, life, she wrote some 6 points here. Then yoga, I can see that she puts that also as a goal. That means she will take her health seriously, going for practicing going for yoga. Then also skincare, that means she will take proper care of her skin, and then she pasted pictures of that there. Also health, a picture of a plate of veggies. That means she would eat healthy in 2023. Also, I can see something like travel here, and yes, travel. That means she's going to have some fun. Also, I can see graduation. I can see a picture of her in a graduation gown. That means she's aiming to graduate from school this year. She's, maybe going for further studies. So let's go to the next slide. The next strategy is to plan. Just like I said, it's only remain a wish when you just write them and paste them without planning. So here is a picture that says a goal without a plan is just a wish. A goal without a plan is just a wish. So you have to break your goals down into bits, into small achievable steps. So how do I mean by breaking your goals down into bits? For instance, for someone who has decided that one of my goals is to read maybe 12 books in 2023. So how do I achieve reading 12 books this year? That means I'll pick one book for 1 month. And then by picking one book, I'll break that down into simple steps. For instance, if the book has like 36 chapters, I can decide that well, in a month we have let's just say 30 days. So if my book has 20 chapters, I can break it down and say I'll read, or let's say 60 chapters, I'll read 2 chapters in a day. By that, I'll be able to, by the end of the month, I would have achieved my goal. And I have to stick with the plan. So don't just make plans, you have to stick with it. And you have to break those goals down into small bits, like daily, weekly, monthly, or quarterly schedules. Have a to-do list for each small bit. Have a to-do list. But each day, you must have written down that I'll be reading 2 chapters today. What time will I be reading the 2 chapters? Am I reading 1 chapter in the morning between so time, 6 a.m. and 8 a.m., or in the evening? So you have to plan. What do I need to do to be able to achieve my goals? Also, take action. After you have planned, you have to take considerable steps. Don't just plan. It will only become a wish. It will only stay as a wish and maintain the status quo. But when you take action, okay, I've said I will read 2 chapters in a day, then you have to take action. It may not be easy, waking up to read, or the time that you have said you are going to read. But you have to take action, because if you don't, then nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. It will only, your book will just be there. At the end of the month, you will see that you have not read anything. So don't just wish or pray alone. Take practical steps that will make your vision a reality. Take one step at a time, a day at a time. That is why we encourage that you should break your goals down into small bits. Small bits. Don't say, I will read 1 book in a week. As much as some people can achieve that, if you are a slow reader, they are not going to achieve that. So don't say, every week I'm going to read 1 book. That goal is not achievable. There is no way you can achieve that if you are a slow reader. So just know your schedule and what works for you and take action. So let's go to the science of goal scoring. The science of goal scoring. Review why you failed the last time. So why didn't I achieve this goal last year? Why did I say I'm going to eat healthy? What happened along the way? You have to sit down and ask yourself questions. What really happened? Then take responsibility. Don't say that it was caused by... Well, before I continue, I would like to say that when writing goals, when setting goals for the year, it has to be something within your reach. You don't set goals for other people. You don't say that I'm making a goal for my friend or my spouse or so that this person will do this, because you have no control over some things. Or you are saying my office will do this. you have no control over some things. Of course, you can set some goals and let those people know, but it's not within your power. It's not in your power to make that work. So you have to set goals that is within your power, that you know that you would achieve, and you can take responsibility and be accountable for. Also, focus on the target. Avoid distractions. Like I said, like many years, 2023, there will be a lot of distraction. You have made up your mind that you are going to venture into this business, or you are going to save towards a vacation at the Bahamas. You have said you're going to save towards vacation. There will be so many distractions to collect your money. There will be so many distractions. Your friends will come and say, that business you want to do, no, this is what is raining now, and then you run into it. Well, I'm not saying that you shouldn't consider advice from others, but also focus on your goals. If you had set a goal, if you don't focus, if you are being taken by every wind that comes, then there is every probability that you will not reach anywhere. For instance, you are going from, let's say, a place like Abuja, and you are going to Ebonyi State. It's proper to drive out towards Abaji and out of Abuja. But the moment you start heading towards Nasarawa, you are not going to get to your destination, which is Ebonyi State. Set your eyes on the prize. What do I stand to gain if eventually I gain that admission? If eventually I get married? If eventually I increase my net worth? If eventually I what's your goal? If eventually I read those study books? If eventually I network with people this year? So set your eyes on the prize. What will I gain? What am I going to gain? This would encourage you. This would be a driving force for you to score your goals. Also, consider what you will lose if you fail. So if I fail to eat healthy, just like I've set goals, if I fail to exercise, what is going to happen? What is going to happen? What do I stand to lose? If you see what you stand to lose, then you will make sure that no, I have to really work on these goals. I have to work the work. Also, another way you can score your goals in 2023 and beyond is by association, the power of association. Well, naturally, humans are relational. That means we are created to relate with one another. Horizontal, vertical. No one is an island. And for you to get things done, you have to get to where you're going on time, you need people. If you want to increase your network, your social life must improve. It is in meeting people, not in money alone, but in relationship. So there is a quote that I wrote here: everything multiplies by its connection with other forces or systems. That's a quote by Apostle Joshua Selman. That everything multiplies by connection with other forces. So if you want to multiply, in your career, you have to connect with people. If you want to, achieve your goals, you need people. Stay around people. Keep company with people that will aid you, that would encourage you in achieving your goals. So who is in your tribe? Let me ask you that question. Who is in your tribe? If the people in your tribe are people that don't value what you value, then they'll pull you back. If they don't believe in what you believe, you don't have the same belief system, it doesn't mean that all the persons in your tribe would have the same belief with you. It doesn't mean that you agree on everything. It doesn't mean that you agree on everything, but on this particular goal, you must have people around you who are also working towards that. There is this saying that iron sharpens iron. You lift, you work hand in hand. When you see someone that you have an accountability partner, you have someone who reads like you, and you're accountable to each other, and you say, okay, this year we are reading so number of books, so we are going to be accountable to each other. You can call the person, okay, how far have you gone with the book? Have you read your 2 chapters today? No, I haven't. Right now, go and do it. And then you hear the person saying, well, I've read 2 chapters, I've even read beyond the 2 chapters. You'll be like, I'm not doing anything, so I really have to work on it. So who is in your tribe? Let me ask you again. Be accountable. Have an accountability partner. It could be a mentor, could be a friend. Have someone you are accountable to with your goals. These are my goals, these are what I hope to achieve this year, and so that those people can hold you responsible and hold you accountable. Then the moment you take a step, okay, let's take the horizon as an example. When you start moving and you move towards the horizon, you see that it shifts backward. Doesn't stay where it is. So that means that when you take a step towards your goal, it becomes clearer. One step at a time. It becomes clearer. It becomes easier. Unlike when you just stay and look at it like a mountain, this is not going to move, then it's not going to move. So let's go to the next slide. Okay, before I summarize what we have talked about today, let me see what I have missed. Okay, so when I was in secondary school, I remember an event that happened while I was in secondary school. I graduated from the art class. So one day, my classmates asked one of us that, what do you want to become in future? And I think she said medical doctor, or a profession in the sciences. And we all laughed. But what exactly are you doing here? If you want to be a doctor, you should be in science class, not art class. So that just should remind us that when you set a goal, there is a destination, and there are resources and things that can help you to get there. So there are things that will help you to get there. So when you wish to achieve something, you must take conscious effort in that direction. Don't go and travel another direction. Don't run another man's race in 2023. Because, doing something that would not help you to achieve your goals, it won't make you arrive at that point. So take conscious effort to bring your goals to life. And that's the reason for this class. So you must walk in that direction so that you can arrive at your destination. Okay, so in summary, we said dream big, but don't go overboard. So you can see the goalkeeper, we can see the players here, and one of them kicked the ball over the bar. So don't be like those players. This must be Arsenal. Well, sorry about that. I don't know the club anyway. So who kicked the ball over bar? So it's good to dream big, but don't go overboard. Set realistic goals. Set goals that are achievable, that are realistic. If your dreams are very big, which is good, you have to, one way that you can achieve it, that it won't look like a mountain to you, is to break it down. Break it down into steps. We have talked about that earlier. Break it down into steps. What do I need to achieve? What do I need to do to achieve this? If I can't do it at once, I can do it bit by bit by bit. Taking one step at a time would eventually lead you to your destination. Then also avoid or do away with killer habits. We've spoken about killer habits: procrastination, lack of commitment, inconsistency, not considering what you have to lose, you're not setting your eyes on the prize, lack of focus. Then not having a timeline. Not having a timeline. If you just feel you have all the time in the world, you're not going to do anything. Then also learn from your failure and keep moving. Sometimes our failures are meant to propel us into greatness. Don't just sit down and say, I failed, and then you sit down and then you don't do anything. Learn from your failures and move forward. Keep moving. And while moving, make sure you are moving in the right direction, because it's not enough to just move. You have to move in the right direction as well. Also, change your habits. We have spoken about habits that you should change. It could be friends. It could be, laziness. It could be not being committed to your goals, those habits that can kill, those killer habits that can work against that can hinder you from achieving your goals. Also, be planted in the right soil. Be planted in the right soil. Find the right audience. Find the right market for your product. Find the right association. Find the right career. As female lawyers, find your niche. This is the time of the year where you need to sit down and think on your purpose. What can you do better? What is it that you will not struggle with as a lawyer? And then be planted there. Work on that niche that you have created for yourself. Be planted in it. It does not mean that even that you will not work, even if you find yourself in the right soil. It doesn't mean that you just sleep. It takes hard work, but your work will be less than, your struggles will be less than when you're working in the wrong environment. So be planted in the right soil. Take one step at a time. Dream big. Set goals. Take action. So I want to use this medium to say your dreams are valid and you can do it. Don't say I can't. I can't. When you say I can't, it's just an escape. It's just a way to escape from responsibility and say, I can't. So don't say you can't, because you can. So are you ready to take the world by storm in 2023? On your mark. On your mark means get on your lane for sports. Don't stay in my lane. Don't do another person's work. Don't carry another person's vision. You can support people's vision. Yeah, another person's vision can be your vision, if you know what I mean. But stay in your lane. Yes. Run your own race. Stay in your lane. Everybody is studying medicine, or everybody wants to be a litigation lawyer, because you're lawyers. Everybody wants to be a litigation lawyer, and all your friends are litigation lawyers, then you want to go there, and it's not something that you want to do. So stay in your lane. Find yourself, and get on your lane for sports. On your mark, get set. That means get to the starting point. Like we said, there is a starting point and there is a destination in goals. In goal scoring, in the science of goal scoring, there is a starting point, there is a target, which is your destination. To get to the starting point, take your position. I'm about to start. I'm about to take action. I'm about to plan. I'm about to meditate. I'm about to plan. I'm about to take a step. Get to the starting point. Then go. Go means take off. Take action. So, who is here to take the world by storm in 2023? Who is here to take the legal industry by storm in 2023? Let's go, girl. Let's go do it. Let's go get the gold. And I'll be right here along, cheering you on. Cheering you on. So, I want to thank you so much for attending this webinar. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much for your time. Till next time, my name is Zion Olujere. If you have any question or any comments, you can put that in the comments section. If you still need us to, hold a webinar on how to, have the vision board, I'm willing to teach that as well. If I see anyone who is interested. So thank you so much for your time. This video will be put up on our YouTube channel, and you can always get get back to it. So thank you for your time. Bye for now.